Away, looking at your work. Do you see how clean your paper looks? That's already an indicator that you're not being efficient with your reading. That makes sense?
Okay.
Because chances are you need to go back and refer back to this passage. After reading it through the first time, you should have markings and notations to allow you to go through it without having to reread everything completely. Okay? Yes, the numbers help us pick out where we're at, but the whole thing about this reading comprehension and the writing section, the grammar, is that we need to be extremely careful with the parts of it. And if you're unable to identify subject, verb, or identify what the main parts of that are, you got to reread it a second, third time, and that's what's cutting into your time crunch, okay? Another thing is that on your answer choices, I want you to start crossing out specific, like here, included versus includes. If it's not, right, includes means that it was probably a singular person, singular subject that leads to that singular verb. And so if it's plural, I would have you cross out the S at that end, right? And you could even write, this is singular and we had a plural. That makes sense? Yeah. And that way, when you go through your answer choices, you have a little more to work off of. You have a little bit more that allows you to work more efficiently. Your brain doesn't have to process as much every time it rereads, right? Yeah. And then it also allows you to go through and determine, this is the best answer through elimination. You don't read through and you go, oh, that looks good enough, and you move on when the best one is actually underneath it.
So then when you're annotating with reading and stuff, like what should you be writing on the sides then?
So annotations for readings, you should be figuring out where the main characters are, some important people,
scenes and stuff
right?
Like that, yeah. Okay.
So you have a couple different geometric shapes you can use. You have the circle, you have the box, and you have the star, and then you have your underline. So you can come up with what those four mean, but generally what I look for is star is always most important. So main topic, main subject of what you're reading. Then what I like to do is with a circle or the box is the people that are important. Right? And then underlining is anything else that you need to draw your attention to. Okay. Right? You can come up with your own format. If it's a circle, then that can specifically be your verbs, and then your boxes are your subjects. Okay. Right?
So I should write